This is part one of the Humboldt General Hospital presentation that I presented in Winnemucca, Nevada on October 22nd. Part one will provide an overview of the rural healthcare sector and its impact it has on current and future economic development, and how Humboldt General Hospital plays in the economic development of Humboldt County, both currently and in the future. As we mentioned earlier in the presentation, for Humboldt County residents, Humboldt General Hospital provides access to vital health care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. I suspect many people in Humboldt County realize that. However, the role of Humboldt County General Hospital plays a major contributor to the economy of Humboldt County, and this act as a contributor is often overlooked, not only for current, but for future. Healthcare fosters economic development, especially rural economic development. Rural healthcare, and specifically rural hospitals, play an important part for current and future economic growth and quality of life for both rural and urban economies and populace. Also, they have an interaction with the economy. As a professor here at the University of Nevada, Reno, I sometimes hire young students to help me do some of my research. One time I had two young ladies from Tonopah, Nevada work for me, and both of them had dental work, going to an orthodontist for braces. When they went to Bishop, California, not only did they go there for dental health services, but their family bought groceries, other retail items. They did a major amount of retail expenditures in Bishop, California. A study done in North Dakota State by Larry Lystrich found that hospitals and healthcare sectors do act as a magnet for this retail trade. And so as people, if without something of a healthcare sector in your local economy, if it's not a well-defined economic sector, and it's not the healthcare sector as hospitals or braces or dentists, those kinds of things, you may be losing not only healthcare dollars, but also retail sector dollars. And that's an impact on sales tax revenue and the other things that the economy needs for future development. So as you can see here, the hospital, healthcare sector are important players for economic development. They foster economic development not only in the current, but also future. And also by having more retail establishments, services around, they also add to the quality of life in many rural areas. Now, there have been many studies done on looking at the attraction of business and industries to rural areas. And research indicates that area needs healthcare services and education services, high quality. We're all familiar with education, and education usually falls in two folds. One, people who relocate or locate in an area with a business are often very interested in the quality of schools for their children. Number two, businesses are also interested in education services because sometimes people or their laborers need to be retrained or have extra training. And if there's a university, if there's a VOTEC or other schools available for them, they're going to locate there. Then also there's healthcare services. Healthcare services help the local labor force. Local labor force gets ill or sick, they have a place to go and get immediate health care needs met. Also for healthcare services, let's say for blood work or even flu shots, if they have to travel outside, that's a day lost to that employer. And so you can see by having a excellent quality healthcare sector and excellent quality health care, you can have where people can also don't have to travel outside and lose a day's work. I will also say in my case, I had a heart operation. I had a hereditary problem. And when you ever have a heart operation, you go through rehab. And luckily Humboldt General Hospital does have these rehab facilities. If not, people would have to go to Reno. Another thing that happens, these ancillary services that go around with health care and hospitals, such as occupational therapy, such as rehabilitation, also adds to the structure of the local economy and keeps local expenditures local. And This is where another segment where Humboldt General Hospital adds to not only the current but future economic development. Another area of development for economic development for many rural areas is attracting retirees. I've seen such reports that they say about 10,000 baby boomers are retiring a year. Quite a number. Well, this has become a bigger and bigger segment of our population as we, in total, as the nation ages. And what they found factors for retirees to locate in areas are two things: safety services and quality health care. Retirees like beautiful areas, amenities. And this is what we have in the West. And many of our Nevada rural counties are very beautiful and offer a lot of open spaces. But they also are safe. And safety is very important. Next is the quality of health care. If I can have health care, quality health care, hospital care, then I can live in this local area, and therefore with their monies live and contribute to the local economy. This is where a hospital like Humboldt General Hospital can come in. Humboldt offers a lot of services to older folks and retirees, and this will keep that segment of the population in Humboldt County, and as well as their expenditures. Now, just to show how healthcare has expanded, this is health expenditures and employment data from 1970 to 2010 and projected to 2021. This is healthcare percentage per capita. Look at how much it's increased per capita. And healthcare as a percent of GDP, again, has gone from 7% to 2021, almost 20%. Why has this occurred? Number one, we're becoming a richer, higher income people, and therefore we make expenditures on services. We're a very productive nation. It does not require a lot of people to produce wheat, cattle as it used to. We are also a low cost in production of our agricultural products. So as compared to something like Bangladesh, where about 80% of your income is spent on food, it's very low here. Therefore, it allows us to spend money on other areas of the economy, such as healthcare. And in healthcare, is related to our incomes, but also as our retirement age gets older. As I said, as we get older, we spend money and have expenditure patterns completely different when we were 20 years old. And this is kind of showing that. Also, healthcare is a growing economic sector. It's kind of a silent economic sector. People don't realize it, but it is a growing sector because we are getting older and we're spending more on healthcare. And it is, for many rural areas, the high-tech firm of that local economy, and which pays very good wages and benefits. Now you see right here, it's gone from 3 million people in 70, almost to 14 million. A big increase in healthcare employment. And as you see, it's increased throughout. Well, that's because aging a population, we are demanding more healthcare services, and therefore it is a sector for economic growth. Not much boom bust here, but also it's one of these silent sectors that we need to pay attention to. Lastly, is the national health care expenditures. This kind of shows expenditures 2.6 trillion and the different types of services we pay it. 31% in health care. We do hospital care. Hospitals do generate a lot of economic activity. We do spend a lot of money there in hospitals. We spend money for operations, for tests and other things. Physician services. Here's something I think is going to grow. Nursing. As you think about 10 or 20 years ago, we never heard of retirement homes for people with dementia. All of a sudden we're seeing these different specialized long-term health care. That's going to be getting bigger and bigger as we age, and so therefore it's going to be requiring a different type of people. And so what I wanted to show in this one, part one, is we see that healthcare and local hospitals should not be ignored. They should be recognized that they are an essential part of economic growth and development, not only in the current area but in the future. They should also recognize the importance of Humboldt General Hospital to the Humboldt County economy, and that this segment is important not only to current economic activity, but for future economic activity. Well, this concludes part one. Part two will, again, as I discussed later, discuss a little bit on the retiree population and what it means. And part three will do the economic impacts, employment impacts, and labor income impacts of Humboldt General Hospital operations and construction. Thank you for your time.